The countywide median home price in San Diego just came in at $922,234. That is up 0.4% from last year. What does that mean? Basically, it's flat. The market is flat. If you stopped reading right there, you'd think the market is now, it's just calm. It's not. I'm Steven Rotsart. I've been selling real estate in East County for over 28 years, and I track this data each and every month because the county number and your zip code number can tell two totally different stories. Today, I'm breaking down what's actually happening countywide first, and then I'm gonna get into zip codes across East County. Let's get into it. The median sale price across San Diego County is $922,234 as of June 2026. It's a 0.4% increase from a year ago. Like I said, it's essentially flat. The median list price, what sellers are asking, is running higher, over $1.2 million countywide. San Diego County is a seller's market right now. We measure that with something called the Market Action Index, or MAI. It compares the rate of homes selling against the number of homes available. Above 30, sellers have an advantage. Below 30, buyers have the advantage. The county MAI is sitting at 45. Here's the friction underneath that flat median. Closed sales, they're up 10% year over year. More buyers are closing deals. At the same time, overall inventory is down 15.3%. Homes are averaging just 23 days on the market countywide. If buyer demand is up and inventory is down, why does the median price look so calm? Well, there's really two reasons. First, that 15.3% inventory drop actually understates what's really happening with detached homes specifically. Detached single-family inventory countywide is down 26.1%, almost a third of the market. That's the product most buyers actually want, and it's disappearing faster than the headline number can even suggest. Secondly, medians get skewed by what's actually selling in a given month, not about how many homes are on the market. If higher priced homes stop selling and mostly entry-level homes close, the median drops, even though no individual homes lost value. I'll show you exactly where that's happening in a minute. The takeaway, the countywide number is a starting point. It's not the story. The real story, it's at the zip code level. And in East County, it varies block to block. El Cajon is the clearest example of why you can't trust countywide averages. 3 adjacent zip codes, 3 different markets totally. Let's start with 92019. Median sale price, it's up 21.5% year over year to $1,060,000. New listings, they've dropped nearly 30%. The MAI in this zip code, it's 52. It's a strong seller's advantage. Buyers are competing hard for a shrinking supply. And the prices, well, they're reflecting that. Now let's go a few miles over to 92020. Completely different picture. Median price is down 4.9% to $857,000. The active inventory jumped 55.6%, and new listings, they're up 60%. Even with all that new supply, homes are still moving in 21 days on average. That is a 48.8% drop in time on market compared to last year. The MAI here, it's at 42. It's still a seller's market. It's just a softer one. Now let's move over to 92021. This one breaks the textbook rule. Median price is down 3.9% to $797,500. Similar to 92020, but the inventory didn't grow. It dropped. It dropped 39.2%. New listings, they fell 42%. Falling price and vanishing supply at the same time does not fit a normal pattern. And the MAI here, it's 58. It is the strongest of the 3 zip codes in El Cajon. So here's what's actually happening in 92021. The top tier of homes there, averaging around $1.4 million on 1 to 2.5 acre lots, essentially stopped selling. The entry level tier, closer to $699,000, it's what's still closing escrow. When the higher priced homes stop transacting and the affordable homes are the ones that keep moving, the median drops. It doesn't mean any individual home lost value. It just means that the mix of what sold changed. And if you own a $1.4 million property in 92021, your home isn't worth 4% less. It's sitting in a smaller buyer pool right now. La Mesa is running 2 different markets inside one city as well. In 91942, the Grossmont side of La Mesa, the median price is up 27.1% year over year to $1,055,000. Inventory's down 14.7%, and new listings, they're barely materialized this month. Homes, they're averaging averaging 17 days on the market. That part is very straightforward. Less supply, higher prices, faster sales. Mount Helix, zip code 91941. It is the more interesting one. The median price here is up 9.7% to $1,217,500. But active inventory jumped 140% from 5 listings to 12 listings. The months of supply went from 1.8 to 7.8 months. Normally, 8 months of supply signals a buyer's market and softening prices. Instead, prices are climbing and the MAI here is still 47. Here's why. Break Mount Helix down by price tier in one pattern flips. Homes around the $2.15 million mark, close to 4,000 square feet, they're averaging about 21 days on the market. Homes near $925,000 are taking 28 days on the market. Normally, the most expensive home take the longest time to sell. Here, they're actually moving faster. That tells me that buyers at the top of the market are highly capitalized, likely coming off large either coastal equity or stock portfolio equity, and they're not waiting on financing. When a cluster of $2 million plus homes sell quickly, it pulls the whole zip code's median up, even though the entry-level inventory is still sitting longer. For comparison, let's go out to Santee's 92071 zip code. It's a much calmer neighbor. Median price is up 4.1% to $900,000, with homes averaging 29 days on the market. Straightforward appreciation. No surprises there. The next one is a number I'd want every seller in San Carlos to understand. The median price in San Carlos zip code 92119 is down 9.6% year over year to $1,040,000. On its own, the headline sounds like the sellers have completely lost leverage. Look at the rest of the data, and it's actually the opposite. New listings, they're up 55%. Closed sales, they're up 111%, nearly doubling from 9 to 19 transactions. Days on market, they got cut in half from 26 days to 13 days. And sellers who listed are getting 100.5% of asking price, up from 97.2% a year ago. What that tells me is sellers stopped chasing peak area pricing and they actually got smart and they started listing at realistic numbers. Buyers, they responded immediately, and multiple offer situations are still common in this area. It's a highly competitive market. And if you're selling in San Carlos, the neighborhood median dropping on its price, it doesn't mean you should discount your price. It means price it accurately from day one and let the demand do the work. Now, right next door, Ally Gardens in Del Cerro, zip code 92120, it shows an even more extreme version of the same illusion. The median price there is down 20.9% to $1,097,500, with closed sales down 28.6%. The inventory is down 30.8%. That 21% drop sounds like a correction, but the top tier of homes in that zip code is averaging $2.13 million, and the bottom tier is around $972,000. When a handful of higher price listings sit out a month, and mostly entry-level homes are the ones closing, the median collapses on paper. Individual home values in Del Cerro have not fallen anywhere close to 20%. The math is just reflecting which homes actually sold. Now, the last stop, and this is the trend that I'm watching most for in East County long-term. Jamul, zip code 91935. It's the large lot rural end of East County. Median price down 12.7% to $995,000. New listings jumped 85.7%, but I'll flag that raw count only. It went from 7 to 13 homes. So treat that percentage with some caution given the small sample size. Now, what's more telling is closed sales dropped 25%. And the homes in the $1.27 million tier, well, they're averaging 73 days on market in Jamul. Sellers, they're still pricing off of 2023 and 2024 valuations. And today's buyer pool, they're not following it. Let's move over to Lemon Grove, zip code 91945. It is a complete opposite story. Median price is up 3% to $777,500. The month of supply there has crashed 79.5% from 12.7 months down to just 2.6 months of supply. The days on market, they've dropped 43%. Lemon Grove is one of the last East County zip codes with detached homes consistently under $800,000. And buyers, they're moving on it fast. There's a piece of this I think that gets overlooked, the operating cost. Countywide climate data from the First Street Foundation shows 56% of San Diego County homes currently carry a moderate heat risk rating. And the 30-year projection shows the number of days above 91 degrees that are climbing from an average of 8 a year to 20. Inland, large lot areas like Jamul that feel that heat more, they cost more to cool. A smaller single-story home closer to the coast or closer to services like what's available in Lemon Grove, it costs less to run. And I think that's why buyers are increasingly choosing efficient square footage over maximum square footage. And it's worth factoring in if you are evaluating a home purchase for the long term, not just the next few years. So what do you think of all this? If you're buying in a tight zip code, Cajon's 92019, La Mesa's 91942, or Lemon Grove, be ready to move fast and get fully underwritten before you even tour homes. If you're buying in a zip code with more breathing room, like Cajon's 92020 or even Jamul, you likely have more time and more room to negotiate. If you're selling, look at your specific zip code's data before you set a price on your home, not the countywide median. San Carlos and Del Cerro both prove that a falling median doesn't mean a falling leverage. It means pricing has to be accurate from the start. East County isn't one market. It's dozens of small ones, and the data changes by zip code, even by neighborhood, even by community, and sometimes even down to the street level. If you want to know exactly what's happening on your block, drop your zip code in the comments below, and I'll reply with the real numbers, or reach out to me directly. And if you got any value out of this video, make sure you subscribe for the monthly updates for every market in East County. And I'll see you on the next one.